So I'm back in the very spot on where I first got treatment for my cancer. It all started back 7 years ago when I was fatigued, I was tired, I was really pale and I was sick, and I was trying to work out what was wrong with what my body was going through, what was wrong with what was happening to my system. And we spent 2 years in this hospital with blood transfusions, with platelets transfusions and biopsies for them, trying to figure out what was up with my body and why I wasn't producing blood. So I ended up having to get a bone marrow transplant because I had pre-leukemia, which was a bone marrow failure, and I was producing immature blood cells. I wasn't producing enough blood. So therefore I got shuttled off to the Royal Children's Hospital, where I started my treatment. And chemotherapy, it is so brutal. Like, the way people explain it does not do it justice. Like, you're basically hit with every single sickness you have at the same time. So like cold, sore throats, sore muscles, fatigue, no energy, everything in between that you hit at the same time as you're getting chemo, because it's basically like drinking poison into your body, because you're trying to kill off the blood systems that you currently have so that the new bone marrow can be accepted by the body. I'm telling you, it was brutal. There were so many times where I wanted to give up. There were so many times where I just had enough, because chemotherapy was just brutal. It was one after the other. And you know, I lost my hair in the process, even though I have a little bit more now today than I did back then. But I lost my hair in the process. I was stuck in isolation for a good 1.5 years so that my body wouldn't attract any other sickness from other people, because I had a bad immune system. So there was so much happening with my body and so much protection required. But I was so blessed to have an incredible medical team to look after me as they nurtured me. They looked after the way my body was working, the way my mental state, my emotional state, and there were so many things that they did for me in order to make sure that I was looked after, to make sure that I was on the right track. And as I got my new bone marrow, it took a little while for my bone marrow to produce the blood cells, to produce the blood that I needed to be fully functioning. And now I stand here today with a functioning bone marrow and a functioning body and cancer-free today. Alright, so these are the list of all our doctors. There's a few that were still here from 7 years ago. Down here we have my doctor Peter, who looked after me from the very start. We've also got a couple of nurses here that were here while I was here, and they were here to help make my time here comfortable while I was struggling, while I had to come in for blood transfusions, biopsies, everything in between. This lady brought me food. Like, I love this woman, she brought me food all the time. And that was such an encouragement while I was in my time of just wondering what's going to happen, wondering what's going to work out and all that. So they've been great people to have on this team in Monash Medical Centre. So people have to ask me, what is the one thing that you got out of that whole experience? And for me, it is as simple as one thing, is that God became so real in my experience. You know, there are so many key moments and little subtle moments in that experience where I could feel God's hand, I could see God's hand at work, I could see Him protecting me, nurturing me, supporting me, encouraging me as I needed those moments of comfort, of support, of encouragement. And looking back, I see that experience as something that has strengthened my faith, something that has cemented my faith, and I cannot today refuse or deny God, because I know that He's real because of what He's done for me. I've experienced His love, and as I've experienced His love, I cannot turn away from that. And people say, what will make you turn away from God? I say, nothing. Because what I've been through, I cannot deny that He is real, and because of that, I carry this passion. I carry this heart to know Him more and to press into God more. And This is my quest today. Because of what I've experienced, I want to bring that to people today. I want to help you experience God in a way that you cannot deny it, in a way that you cannot refuse it. So everything behind these videos, this YouTube channel, everything I do in life is out of the heart to help you experience God. And someone put it into perspective for me, an author named Charles Kraft. He said that the Bible verse, if you know the truth and the truth will set you free, he says that the Greek root word of know is actually an experiential truth. So it's not an intellectual truth, but an experiential truth. So he was saying, if you experience the truth will set you free. And that really made it crystal clear for me. I'm not saying, let's just throw rational thinking out the window. Let's just throw common sense out the window. But let's actually not just rely on intellect. Because we all know that when you truly experience it, it cements it. Thinking, understand, experience, fix. And so that's my heart to bring to you today, to help you experience God's love in your situations, in your life, and in your battle.